Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar. We're excited to have a guest speaker from Vigo, and we're going to tell you today about shower doors, enclosures, and panels, and how to overcome technical and design challenges in any bathroom space. Let me now introduce our speaker, Carol Vaudable. She was born and raised in Paris, and she has a master's in business law and intellectual property, as well as a master's in design, luxury, and innovation management. She's worked in product development at Hermès in Paris, and she's currently a director of business development for Vigo Industries, based out of New York, where she's been working for the last 4 years on creative projects for various clients. So Carol, let me hand it over now to you.
Thank you, Margarita. So we're delighted that you can join us for this session. Today, we'll be discussing shower enclosures, shower doors, bathtub doors, and shower panels. Our aim for this presentation is to offer our take on the latest trends in interior appliance design and illustrate key insights on the current demands in the market with data we've gathered from sales report on quantitative level, as well as through qualitative real-time user feedback. We hope this will be as informative as it is engaging. So we'll first be seeing the shower door varieties, then the shower panels. We'll go through the best installation practices, then give you some tips about designing your space, mention pricing and budget, then Margarita will talk about the house trade program, and to finish, we'll go through the frequently asked questions we get. So to start with, let's talk a bit about shower doors. We have different types of styles when it comes to the opening of shower doors. We have on the left, when facing your screen, the neo-angle, in the middle, the square shape, and on the right, the rectangular. When it comes to designing a bathroom space, the style you select is largely dependent on the amount of space you have to work with. Neo-angle doors are best for larger spaces, simply because they take up more space than the two other styles. On one hand, square and rectangular enclosures fit snugly into corners, forming close to a 90-degree angle, whereas neo-angle enclosures have 3 panels, occupying the most space. In terms of stylistic appearance, neo-angle enclosures were designed to be the focal point of the room. On the other hand, square and rectangular enclosures are less eye-grabbing, designed to complement the space rather than define it. So for the type of openings, we have a few different options we can find on the market. So let's start on the left side with the pivot door, which are mostly attached at the far corners of the door, creating an uninterrupted frameless view. These doors carry the weight at the bottom of the door and are thus very stabilized by a structurally sound floor. One downside of the pivot door is that they can't be sealed for extra water protection. Second, starting from the left, we have the sliding doors. Also known as bypass shower doors, the sliding doors usually come with tracks at the bottom and the 2 vertical sides. Some contemporary designs, however, are trackless or frameless. A pro of sliding doors is that they provide an efficient space-saving solution. They're ideal if you have a small bathroom where every bit of the area counts. They also provide a seamless aesthetic look. Sliding glass doors, especially the frameless ones, don't obstruct light and help convert your bathroom area into a coherent unit, no matter how complicated the space design is. However, you have to be aware that as sliding doors are fixed and the doors slide or roll into each other, the space to enter into the shower enclosure becomes limited. The third option is the hinged door. So with side mount hinges, one side of the hinge is anchored on the side of a frameless glass door. The other side of the hinge is mounted to a wall or another glass panel. Side mount wall hinges avoid the need for a header or top support bar, which detracts from a frameless look. Our fourth option is the fixed panel. Indicated in its name, the panel does not move and allows for a more modern look. We then have different types of handles. There are typically 3-door handle styles that are consistently popular. The first one is, as you can see on the left, the vertical bar. Then in the middle, you have the horizontal bar. And on the right, the knob handle. Shower door handles are mainly designed with ergonomics in mind. For example, vertical bars are best designed for sliding doors. Horizontal bars or knob handles are mostly paired with a hinge pivot door for a naturally functioning door opening and closing. Most companies will not allow you to interchange door handles onto distinct models. Doors are usually designed with a specific handle type made to complement the style of the door itself. Most doors have pre-drilled holes in the glass for the knob. Let's go over the shower panels, which is the part in the shower where the water comes out from. We typically have two types of shower panels, the single function and the multifunction. Whether you decide to select a single function or a multifunction panel is relative to the needs of the homeowner. A multifunction panel will offer a range of water pressure adjustability with individual controls for each function, thus allowing you to use two or more functions simultaneously. A single function panel offers a single concentrated flow from the spray head. With this type of shower, you can use only one function at a time. The shower has a diverter, allowing you to change from one function to another. And when it comes to design, some companies have invented a shower head that uses LED lighting to indicate the water pressure. This is becoming a wildly popular trend in the shower design. Let's go over a few panel features that you can find on the market. Where flow and volume control are important, a better choice is a thermostatic shower valve. Most of these have 3/4 of an inch inlets that can run water through multiple shower heads while still maintaining the water pressure. Used as a safety feature for children and elderly to prevent burning oneself with hot water, the Skull Guard offers a function that prevents drastic change in water temperature. You have different types of valves for shower panels. First of all, the pressure balance. So the pressure balance valve features just one handle controlling both volume and temperature. Using this method, you would have to adjust the water temperature every time you turn on the shower. Flow can be a problem with pressure balance valves, particularly in homes where the shower includes a personal hand shower and or a multi-head shower system. Most pressure balance valves are either full on or full off. We then have thermostatic valves that have two handles, one controlling the volume and one for the water temperature. Using this method, you would only need to turn on the shower. The temperature stays fixed until changed. Let's talk a bit about the best installation practices. There are a few things you want to consider when it comes to door installation. Your main concern should be ensuring that the measurements are correct and that the water remains at a sustainable pressure between 40 and 60 psi, as some buildings and cities keep the water pressure low to cut costs. You first want to measure the space in which the door will be installed. You have to make sure that the opening is the same on the top and on the bottom, and also that the floors are level. If they are not level, you will need an adjustable shower door, allowing adjustability up to 14 millimeters. Even if there is a slight component offset, such as out of plumb walls or an unlevel floor, this can hinder your installation process and generate problems with your shower over time. If you have plumb walls, it's a great part, and it's important for the shower base or floor to be level. An uneven base or floor would prevent the glass from lining up evenly to your walls. Vigo shower doors, for example, allow for built-in horizontal adjustability to suit various sizing needs, ensuring that the door continues to function properly despite wall contraction that may incur over time. Vigo is currently the only line of retailers that sells doors with this capability. Shower enclosures can still be installed if the wall is no more than 1/8 of an inch out of plumb. For each of the side glass panels, there are seal strips attached that can touch the wall if there are no more than 1/8 of an inch out of plumb. The installer would still need to use a bed of silicone on the inside corner of the enclosure where the glass meets the wall. There are several methods that make installation of the shower door much easier. Let's see them. When it comes to putting up the door, for example, the best practice is to install the opening of the door on the side of the shower panel, so you don't have to get in the shower and get wet in the process. Another concern when installing a shower door is ensuring that the adhesive will secure the door in place. We often get the question as to whether you can install tub doors on fiberglass or iron cast tubs. This largely depends on the company that produces the door, but for most, you can use an epoxy, which is a resin, as a better option to drilling into the tubs directly. Let's talk a bit about designing your space. The best location for your bathroom door or enclosure, as discussed above, is dependent on the amount of space you have available. When it comes to selecting a shower for a smaller space, that can be a challenge. But we found that for smaller spaces, shower doors built between two walls already has a structure supplied by the adjacent walls and take up less space. Corner enclosures are composed of a door plus 1 to 2 glass panels, forming the shower structure and take up more place. As a rule of thumb, shower doors in small spaces will usually be alcoves, meaning showers with 3 walls, while corner showers are used to close off a 2-wall corner. Let's go over the industry trends that we've noticed. We're going to divide those into 2 categories, the aesthetic trends on one hand and the technological trends on the other. When it comes to aesthetic trends, we notice more and more usage of contrasting tones and shapes in contemporary design schemes. Contrast adds a touch of bold surrealism to a space while not being too ostentatious. It's an easy way to add flair to a modern bathroom, and the predominant concern in style is deciding between a framed or a frameless door or enclosure. So framed shower doors traditionally feature aluminum or composite frames surrounding sheets of tempered or textured glass. Seals, sweeps, and magnetic hardware around the door help to create a watertight fit. Frameless doors rely on heavy-duty glass and special pivots for structural support. They are also stylistically popular as they accent the shape of the door without the distraction of metal hardware. Shower doors and tub enclosures with metal on any part of the structure are sometimes referred to as semi-frameless. Frame doors and enclosures are highly effective at keeping water where it belongs. Popular for smaller spaces, they allure their stylistic potential with different metal finish variations. Frameless doors are attractive for their customization. They can come in any size or style. The door can easily open inward or outward based on layout and design. With no frames to get in the way, frameless doors provide a more open and airy look. However, they are more prone to leakage than frame doors. When it comes to finishes, we have a lot of the same finish that come back from one brand to the other with little variations. So we have brushed nickel on the top, matte black, which is very trendy, antique rubbed bronze, chrome, oiled rubbed bronze, which we can find with a few brands, which is a darker brown, and then stainless steel. The choice of the finish depends on either the interior designer or the client style. We've recently noticed a trend that exaggerates contrasting finishes. Matte black finishes on framed shower doors pair with clear tempered glass create an edgy yet sophisticated look, as you can see in the example on the top in the middle. Now, when it comes to the trends on the technology side, the key traits clients look for is integrity of design, aided by recent technological advancements. Products should be ensured to last for years to come with little to no maintenance. For example, Vigo's shower hardware was designed for this exact purpose, to increase the product's longevity of use while maintaining a sophisticated appearance. The shower hardware is constructed fully of brass and then lined with a 7-layer enduring electroplated coating. The final layer of the finish is of the client's choosing. Another technology created is the one for deterring leakage. Magnetic seal strips coat the perimeter of the door openings, keeping the door shut and certifying water will not leak out. To maximize the efficiency of the opening and closing of sliding doors, some companies add roller discs to the top rail of the door, also allowing for optimal adjustability over time as walls shift. So let's get to the question everyone wants to know, pricing and budget. Prices for shower doors and enclosures can vary greatly and are subject to size, style, and material used. However, pulling from general statistics on sales, we can determine that prices on the market usually fall between $500 and $1,200. Now, if your client has a small budget, there are a few things you can do to reduce the price, as long as you're willing to be realistic about your design goals. For example, you can enhance the modern feel of a room by going baseless. Baseless enclosures are cheaper than those that come with a base. Another very important point when it comes to choosing your shower doors and enclosures are the certifications. When ordering shower doors, you want to make sure they are CUPC compliant. You also want to make sure that the glass has the requirements. That can be Enzyme 97.1 or 16 CFR 1201. This is a requirement for shower glass, and they should have these marked on each glass panel of the set. Also, be aware of local restrictions or certifications needed if your project is in different states or abroad. For shower panels, flow restrictions and certifications in California abide by the following. You need CEC, ASMI, and the flow limit is 1.1 gallons per minute in California instead of 2.2 gallons per minute in the rest of the US and Canada. If your project is in Massachusetts, you want to make sure that your shower door follows under the Mass compliancy. Another example, in France, you want to make sure your plumbing fixtures are ACS certified, which means Attestation de Conformité Sanitaire, which is kind of the equivalent of the CUPC in America. Now, Margarita was going to run us through the house trade program.
Thank you, Carol. So on Houzz, we sell a large variety of shower doors, enclosures, and panels. We have a lot of great brands, including Vigo. And on Houzz, you can also find shower enclosures and panels and doors by shape, by type, by width, depth, and finish, as you can see here. And if you're not yet a member of our Houzz Trade program, you should definitely sign up. It's free to join. You just need to send us your business verification, and then you'll have access to all of our great pricing and discounts, as well as access to dedicated trade account managers that can help you source products for any of your projects. If you have any questions about how to join the Houzz Trade program and see all of these great shower doors, enclosures, and panels, just email us at tradesupport@houzz.com. Now let's go through some of the frequently asked questions that we get around the topic of shower enclosures. So Carol, to start off with, a question that we get from our professionals is, can the doors be reversible in shower enclosures and doors?
Yes, that's a great point. We get that question a lot as well. Reversibility is an asset to a homeowner, as this means that the door can be opened from either the left or the right side, or if there is a towel bar, it can sit on the inside or the outside of the shower. This is something that some companies offer and some don't, but these days, most brands want to ensure that their doors are as versatile as possible.
Got it. That makes sense. And another question our professionals are asking is, how strong does the shower glass have to be so that it lasts a long time for their clients?
Yes, that's very important in terms of safety as well. The quality shower appliance carriers will use the most durable glass possible when designing doors, which is tempered glass. Tempered glass is thermally treated, ensuring the strength of the glass is increased. If the glass breaks, it crumbles into small granular pieces instead of splintering into jagged shards, less likely to cause injury.
I see. Okay, so we have time for one more question. So professionals may have clients that ask what they should use to clean their shower and their hardware. What would you recommend?
Yes, so it depends on if the project is residential or commercial, I would say that when it comes to commercial projects, the cleaning staff is a bit harsher when it comes to cleaning hardware. So simply use mild soap and a soft sponge on antique rubbed bronze, oiled rubbed bronze, or matte black finishes. Sturdier finishes such as chrome, stainless steel, or brushed nickel are more resilient to chemical products. When choosing your hardware, you want to make sure you have high quality to avoid replacing the whole door or enclosure after a few years. For example, at Vigo, we offer limited lifetime warranty on hardware finishes, meaning that we'll replace your hardware at no cost if there is any premature wear and tear on it.
Got it. Thank you, Carol. And
Thank you, Margarita.
thank you so much for joining us for our webinar. If you have questions that we didn't address in this space, just send them to tradesupport@houzz.com and we'll make sure that Carol follows up with you and answers any questions. Again, thank you so much for joining our webinar.